Hey guys, I had a request for this video. They wanted me to compare the USA-made Milwaukee screwdrivers compared to USA-made snap-on screwdrivers. I've had the snap-on screwdrivers for, oh God, 15 years. These I just bought this past week. What's the differences and so forth. Let's take a number 2 snap-on. We all know snap-on. Snap-on's got the bolstered on the shank, which I like, vapor plastic tips. It's got the hard plastic and the softer rubber tri-lobe design. Stamped USA in the end. Very nice screwdrivers. I've had them for quite a while, like I said. And let's compare them to a number 2 Milwaukee. Made in USA, these Milwaukees. I did a separate video, but I had a request for this. It's got a soft rubber here and a harder plastic where the Milwaukee inlay is. And there's no bolsters on the smaller ones on the Milwaukees, but there is on the bigger 2 screwdrivers, the straight blade and the big Philly. They're stamped on the back, which I like, the ID markings, and they got the ID markings here. And they got the knurling, which I talked about in a previous video, which is very interesting. And I'm trying to focus it for you. Put this up here, like here, and you'll see it. It's very nice. I like that touch on it. And the tip's got the crosshatch, which I also like. The crosshatch here on the tip, which that's a nice touch. And I've used them. I've been using them the last 3-4 days, and they grip pretty good. That's the 2 versus the 2 snap-on. And the big difference here is, if you look at it, the snap-on's got a bigger handle. So you got big hands. That's a plus. That's probably one downside. The Milwaukees, the handles are on the small side. Other than that, though, I don't know. I like the knurling and the crosshatch on the tips better on the Milwaukee than I do the vapor blasted with no knurling on the snap-on. But I like the snap-on grips better. I'm just trying to be honest here, guys. Honest review. That's the 2. And the Milwaukee is probably, a third of the price of a snap-on 2, if that's a factor for you. So that's the 2. Let's try a few more here. That's the 2. Let's try what do I got here? Number 5/16 versus 5/16 snap-on. Here we go with the Milwaukee. We're going on our size here. Obviously, snap-on's on the left. Milwaukee's on the right. Same deal. The handle's a little bit. The handle's not as bad. It's weird. The handle's not quite as small on the 5/16 flathead, but it's still smaller than a snap-on. The snap-on's a tri-lobe. Like I said, it's got the hard plastic and the softer rubber. And the Milwaukee's got the soft rubber and the hard plastic inlay where the Milwaukee is. And the top here, where your fingers go, that's made out of butyrite, which I think is made. How do they make that? It's made out of wood pulp and various acids. Look that up. That's interesting how they make that. It's got the ID marks there, which I like on the Milwaukee. And the bigger sizes do got the bolster, like the snap-on. The snap-on, every size has got it, so snap-on's got it there. But like I said, I like the tips better on the, I like the knurling on the Milwaukees, and I like the tips better. We'll take a closer look at this one too. Hold on a minute. The knurling is freaking, I saw that on my screwdrivers I did the other day, the vessels. That's the only other time I saw that knurling, which is nice for if you're trying to get a precision, something started small, precision screw or something. And it's got the crosshatch. That's a nice feature, guys. And that grips the screw pretty good. I really like that. I think being made in USA, I had to buy them. You know, you don't typically think of Milwaukee as a mechanic's hand tool. It's not my first thought in general, and I'm sure some of you guys can understand that. You probably agree with me on that. But they're trying to get in, and guess what? I think they hit a home run on these, and they're not bad. They're around $60. And it's, like I said, the handle's not that much smaller on the Milwaukee compared to the Snap-on as far as that size goes, the 5/16 flathead. They're both about the same weight. They both feel good in my hand. If you got big hands, the Milwaukee you might not like the Milwaukees. You know, if you got bigger hands than me, I got small hands, so I don't really care too much. They seem okay to me. Overall, I tell you, it's the Snap-on are nice, but these Milwaukees are definitely worth a look, guys. If you're thinking about it, let's take one more size here. Let's take the 1 and the 1 and the 1. The 1 Snap-on versus the 1 Milwaukee Phillips. And like I said, the handles are a little bit smaller on the Milwaukees, as you can see. Not a lot smaller, but smaller. Diameter, same thing. See a diameter on the Snap-on. Both made in USA. Milwaukee and Snap-on are in the house, head to head. Hoorah! Take a gander. Now, see the smaller sizes on the Milwaukee don't have the bolster, which I don't, you know, I wish they did, but they don't. Get a picture of that knurling. I like the knurling. There's the knurling on the Milwaukee, and those, you got vapor blasted tip on the Snap-on versus that crosshatch on the Milwaukee. The Milwaukees did good Milwaukee did good job on these. Can you see the tip? The crosshatch. That's pretty aggressive design. I think it's definitely a big plus. But overall, I don't know. I like Snap-on. I don't use them much, but these new Milwaukees, guys, these new Milwaukees I'm going to be using because I'm digging them. Here's another Milwaukee, the bigger Phillips, number 3. I like the ID markings. Bolstered on the bigger ones, plus you get the ID marking there. You got that. They're just aggressive tip. With that tip I got there. Let me see if I can get that a little better for you here, guys. Sometimes it's hard to. Right there. Take a gander. There it is. See how aggressive that tip is? And that's a big factor. I think that's going to help you a lot grip a screw. For the price, Milwaukee's damn good. I'm happy I bought them, and they're worth taking a look at, and they're made in USA, guys. Obviously, the Snap-on's more money. I do like the Snap-on. They're one of my favorites, but the Milwaukees, I see myself using the Milwaukees more. They fit my hand pretty good. I got a small hand. I like the tips. I just like the tips. Even the straight head's got the crosshatch, if you can see it here. And I never saw that on any other screwdriver. See it? That's pretty cool, guys. That's going to help you big time. And that knurling's definitely a nice feature. Just my thoughts. If I was to pick one, I like the Milwaukees. Snap-on is not junk. Snap-on is one of the better screwdrivers. But I think if I buy Snap-on again, it's going to be the hard handle ones. These are going to be, you know, grease and oil on these, as well as the Milwaukee could be. You could damage them in the long run. Oil, I don't know. But Milwaukee's worth a look, and Snap-on's got a lot of competition. There's so much competition now with the internet coming in. It's crazy, guys. But I had a request for the video, and I did it. I always try to honor my request. Next, we're going to be doing the battle of the screwdrivers. Probably going to do the battle of the USA screwdrivers first. I got SK, I got Snap-on, I got Milwaukee, I got frickin' Williams, I got so many of them. I got Channel Lock. We'll probably be doing that, and stay tuned for that one, guys. If you've got a comment, leave a comment below, and let me know what you think. Let me what you guys think of Snap-on versus Milwaukee. Okay, guys.